April is Autism Awareness Month.
And today we have a special guest who is well versed on autism. Karen Sullivan is an author, inspirational speaker, and a columnist. She is also the mother to a son with autism. Karen, thank you for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
So tell us a little bit about your son, Jack.
So Jack is 25. He'll be 26 in June. He was diagnosed with autism in 1993 at a time when the only real frame of reference for me and I think many people for autism was the movie Rain Man. And when we were told he had autism, it sent me into a real tailspin. I literally had this brain freeze, so I couldn't even say the word for so long. It was such a shock and such a game changer. I was a practicing attorney at the time and left the practice of law to take care of him, and it set me into this whole journey of being a different kind of advocate to get him to where he is today.
And your life has really gone down a different path. You're an author, and you now speak to a lot of people just about autism, but how has that changed you for the better?
You know, it's made me much more compassionate. I was a very black and white person, and Jack's autism, being different than the norm, has really allowed me to understand and embrace the gray.
What advice would you have for any families out there who might be watching and have a child who has autism? What advice would you have for them?
I would say trust your instincts. If you think something's not quite right, then get it checked out. I met with a mom just per chance a week ago who has a 4-year-old, and she said that I knew something wasn't quite right, and so she got a diagnosis, and now he's got services. There's a lot to be said for early intervention, so the sooner that you can get your child into a system, a place like Fraser where he can get services, the better, the chances of him developing skills and strategies that will help him or her to live the best life.
And really quickly, we want to touch on your book. You brought your book in, Bitter or Better. So what is the message behind it?
Well, Bitter or Better is about, everybody has tough stuff in life. And while we can't control many things like an autism diagnosis, we can control how we respond. And I choose better. And that's what the message is. Stories that I've shared. The largest section in the book is called Autism from Angst to Acceptance. And it's all about how I went from thinking this is the worst thing that's happened to me, that autism's a dream thief, to I've got this really cool son.
I love that. Karen, thank you so much for coming in and sharing your story.
Thank you.
And don't forget that WCCO is pulling together to help adults and kids with special needs. This June, we're throwing Minnesota nice out the window and pitting Minneapolis against St. Paul. We're putting police and athletes, businesses from each side of the river against one another in an epic cross-river tug-of-war. It's all for a good cause. We will be raising money for Fraser. Since 1930s, Fraser has been a resource for families across Minnesota. Last year, it reached almost 300,000 clients from infants to adults, and that need is growing.
Karen Sullivan is on the board of Fraser. The Pulling Together Tug of War is June 10th at Hidden Falls Regional Park in St. Paul. There will be food trucks, live music, and plenty of space to cheer on your team. Of course, online donations are important as well, especially if you can't make it. They will help break a tie between the two cities, and you can donate online by going to WCCO.com/pulling-together. So let the competition begin.
We know that you have a team and are already raising money.
Yes, Team Jumpin' Jack Flash. We're supporting the St. Paul side. We're an East Metro family, so go online and donate.
It's going to be such a great day.
Yeah.
Karen, looking forward to it.
I am so excited.
Again, thank you. And Kylie, it's a good thing we're having that event in June, because a day like today proves it's still chilly out there.